Up next, author Matthew Emerzian is sharing why his book, Every Monday Matters, is going to make Monday your favorite day of the week. Our next guest has traveled across the country spreading a message of love and hope. He is the author of Every Monday Matters, How to Kick Your Week Off with Passion, Purpose, and Positivity. Welcome, Matthew Emerzian.
Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Your story's fascinating. So everything was going according to plan, as it were. You had a great job. You're in the recording industry, great education.
Yep.
Everything was wonderful. And then one Monday, everything changed.
Absolutely.
Tell us what happened.
And first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me here. It's a real honor and privilege, and it's amazing. I've told my friends and family that I'm coming here, and they're like, "You get to go into that house?"
Oh my gosh!
And everyone loves the house.
I love to hear people say
I know,
that.
that's nice.
Thank you for that. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
The world does. It really does.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think on paper, I did everything right. You know, I had a great family, great friends, great job, great college, graduate school, and really, I think as our culture sees success and what we're to go out there and do in the world, I felt like I was successful. But then on a Monday morning, I woke up to get ready to go to work, like most of us do on Monday mornings, and I was tying my shoes, and in that moment, I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh.
I was 31 years old. I was healthy, but my chest got tight. I couldn't breathe. I started sweating, and in that moment, I thought, oh, wow, this could be it. But I went to the doctor, and they said I wasn't having a heart attack, but I was having a very severe panic attack.
Really?
And so this panic attack turned into chronic anxiety disorder and depression. So this, I guess, dream life that I thought I had built for myself came crashing down in a night's sleep.
Yeah, and it all came out of stress that you were suppressing for so many years. This is a very common story, isn't it?
It sure is common. A lot more common than I thought it was until I experienced it. Yeah.
However, it's not so common to do what you did, because most people just say, okay, I'm gonna try to continue down this path, even though it's not clearly the right path for me.
Right.
Something changed for you. A major shift happened with a new motto.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that, you know, desperation is a great compeller of making change in your life, right? And I mean, I got sick. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't drive a car at night. I thought the sky was closing in on me. You know, I had those days where it's like, I don't think I want to make it through this day.
Oh, no.
And fortunately, though, I was introduced to an amazing therapist. I call her my expensive friend. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they amazing? We had a deal that she would save my life and I would pay for her kids' college education. So
That sounds like a good deal.
it worked out well for both of us. But we did a lot of work together.
Right.
But one day she said, you know, I want to give your recovery a motto. And the motto I want you to understand is that you're never going to feel better until it understands what it means to live a life that's not about you.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that very poignant?
Very true.
And very simple.
True.
Very simple, but also hard to understand at first because I was a narcissist working in a narcissistic industry doing everything
all
to
about
find
you.
all about myself, right? And so to teach me this, though, every Saturday I had to go out and do something that wasn't about me. So I had to go pick up litter, feed homeless people, read to elderly, paint over graffiti. And it was this weekly dose of doing something outside of myself that actually helped me find myself.
Well, it's interesting to me because we were looking through your book this morning.
I love the book.
We love it.
you.
But it's 13 categories and 4 subcategories. So it isn't just sort of general book. You give an action plan for every Monday.
That's right. I mean, I think it's a book that you don't just read, but you do, you know. And one thing I should share is that from that story that I went through, I ended up writing a book that came out 10 years ago. And that book then became the inspiration and the catalyst for me to launch a nonprofit called Every Monday Matters.
Nice.
And in Every Monday Matters, our mission is to create a world where everyone knows how much and why they matter. And our programs are based off of monthly themes and weekly focuses. And we get those themes by asking people like you, if there's one thing you need more of in your life today, or we need more of in the world today, what would that word be?
Right.
And so we collect these words, kindness, gratitude, etc.
Well, there's a non-positive word in your book you talk about that I find very curious.
Okay.
It's fail at something.
Fail at something.
Tell me about that concept.
I think failing is amazing. Somehow we made it this hashtag of epic failure, right? But to me, to fail is to not to try something. It's to not to stretch your boundaries, to push your comfort limits.
Right.
And maybe the idea of having a hashtag epic fail is actually the biggest failure of all. Like, let's go out there and try and have the courage and bravery to do something new.
So now we've all heard the phrase, when all else fails, there's still hope.
Right. How can we harness our hope?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't love that statement because I actually believe that everything begins with hope. And I think that hope that we all have in us from when we're little kids even, it's these dreams that we have, that anything's possible. And we go out in the world with this hope to create a life that we all want to have. And sure, things will happen and there's setbacks and they kind of ding away at that hope. But I believe it starts there.
It doesn't end with hope, it starts with hope.
I think it starts with hope. And I think that's part of what the importance of being in relationship with each other and serving each other is that we can all help each other maintain that hope, right, and grow that hope. And that's how we change our own lives and change the world.
Right, it's true. So you now have gone from having a very successful career in the music business to dedicating your life to others, which in turn makes you happier as a person. We were talking about that as well, and we were reading your book and talking about dedicating your life to others. I said, well, just have a couple of kids. Suddenly,
no way you can think about yourself.
You can't dedicate your life to anything but someone else. But you have now started to create curriculums for over 1.5 million students across our country. Tell us about this.
Absolutely. So, you know, our youth today are struggling in a lot of ways. And so as a mission to create a world where everyone knows how much they matter, we figured let's start with our youth, right? They're our today and our future. So we have a school curriculum that we currently serve over 1.5 million students nationwide. And we help these students understand this about themselves.
And it's amazing dealing with youth as they grow up, and then they'll teach their children. And it really causes a huge wave of change.
That's right.
Do you go speak at these schools?
I do.
How does it work?
I speak at schools. I speak to companies. I speak in prisons. I speak to women fleeing domestic violence. I think that this idea of wanting to know that your life matters is something we all have in us, right?
And it's so important.
So
we want to get your number. You would come both to our kids' schools.
Right.
I would be honored to.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Matthew. You're so wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Be sure to pick up a copy of Matthew's book, Every Monday Matters, at everymondaymatters.org/book.